I shouldn't say argue, but it can be brought up that it can be another language in a sense where you communicate through humor. All right, third one being travel in space or to space. The way I see it, with the advancement of space and technology, being able to at least travel in the Earth's orbital atmosphere. I think that's how you would say it. But now, come to find out, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of debris around Earth's orbital atmosphere. So maybe not around Earth's orbital atmosphere. But whatever my options are, it'd be really cool to have the option to at least go somewhat as high as possible in altitude, break into what would be categorized as now you're in space, and seeing from that perspective, wow, that's Earth down there. That is mind-blowing in itself. So I think that'd be really neat to do. Fourth one being, and this is in no particular order, anything like that nature, meet the wealthiest person in the world, parentheses, financial, followed up by meet the wealthiest person in the world, parentheses, emotionally. What it could emotionally pertain to? Well, that could be just feelings of love and kindness, happiness, all the things that would pertain to what makes individual extremely successful in life, kind of thing. And that one emotionally, it's pretty open-ended. I guess just surrounding myself around people that are extremely, extremely happy in a host of different circumstances, life circumstances, I would say. Meet a president of another country, that would be pretty neat. And when I say meet, I mean like full on, like actual one-on-one meeting where we're both present in the moment. All of our attention is directed right smack into our vision, mano a mano, face to face, eyes to eyes kind of nature, but all in a very classy nature. All right, next one would be hike the highest point on a continent. That could tie into travel to all continents in the world. I go to all continents in the world, although I don't know if I really want to do that, where I hike the highest point on each continent. Probably not, just because that means you would have to do Everest, and I don't know about Everest, just because of a lot of the risks that go into it. But maybe later in life, that could be an option. Again, most of these are travel. And traveling is a more realistic thing to get done, of course, right away. But we'll see what ends up changing. Next one being a walk would be walk the entire length of the Great Wall. This has actually been done before by a U.S. couple, I believe from Michigan. I can't remember, maybe a couple years ago. But there are portions of it that I don't think are actually visited much at all. There's a chunk of it, obviously, that's going to be very touristy, where a majority of people go when they go see the Great Wall. But the Great Wall spans, I forget how many miles. I don't think it's like 1,800. I don't know. It's a lot of miles, though. It took them about 10 months to do or something like that. So I think it'd still be a unique experience because you're going through all these different geographical, diverse terrains, essentially. You're going from like a desert to more of a mountainous region to probably even a little, not so much tropical, but warmer, of course. But I think it would just be an interesting, unique experience and very historical in human civilization in that part of the world, for sure. And on top of that, I think it'd be cool to kind of break it up and organize it to from people that I've met in my life, and they meet up with me at certain segments, and then we travel and just enjoy each other's company and learn from each other, or even new people I've never met and kind of tag them along. I don't know how I do that, but that'd be cool to do regardless. Or even do like interviews from there. Do a whole entire segment of interviews walking the Great Wall of China. Oh, how about that? Something to think about. Okay, next one, probably one of my favorites by far. And I'm going to go a little more detailed because I only have 4 words written for this statement. Meet a Miss Universe. Well, Miss Universe. When I say meet, that could mean a lot of things, of course. That could be like meet, do business with Miss Universe, have a relationship with Miss Universe, things along those nature, of course, but just be in the presence of a Miss Universe. think that'd be really neat to do, and I think it's definitely doable. It's just a matter of finding the different events, the different environments they're going to be, of course, in. I did watch a documentary on Miss Universe, and they were covering the Miss Universe pageant and the culture that exists in Venezuela, and there it is actually extremely competitive, as Miss Universe has been dominated by the country of Venezuela, and it's actually become a huge part of their culture. But it was looking at it from different two different angles, as far as right now, large current portion, I don't know about right now, but at the time the documentary was shown, a good current portion of the power that exists in Venezuela, they see that as a way to market Venezuela for its beauty and cosmetics through Miss Universe. But there is a group that, there's a group of people, and there's other group of people that see it as a way that it's showing women in a bad light. It's not showing the real scenario for women or how they want to be portrayed. So it was just interesting to see for sure, but it also followed a young girl's journey to become Miss Universe and just all that entails to get to that level. And of course, it's going to be very political, and on top of that, that requires a lot of plastic surgery, which girls are willing to do in order to reach the goal of Miss Universe, which is small odds to begin with. But it would be cool to meet any type of country Miss Universe and pick the brain, and whatever goes from there, goes from there. Another one I need to do, and this really isn't a bodacious goal, but this is just a goal I really need to do, is learn to be a capable swimmer. I've actually never legitimately learned how to swim to the point where I feel suitably comfortable, which is funny because I used to work on a fishing boat, and yeah, if I have a life jacket on, I don't mind like being on the edge of the boat and taking some severe risks where I'm leaning over the boat quite substantially. But I mean, I definitely float on my back. I just it's more of just getting more comfortable in being in the water, and I don't do that enough, and I haven't done it in a while. So that it's what it really all stems at, is just taking action on it and putting myself in water, of course. Outside of taking a shower and stuff, that doesn't really provide the same feeling, of course. But yeah, something that's really want to accomplish is learn to swim, because that'll open a whole other host of different activities and travel that I really think would be neat to do. All right, next one. I'm almost at the end. I probably have a quarter left on my list here. So next one would be travel to areas where I don't understand a language. And that's probably more of a micro goal that can be broken down from the original first item that I mentioned was travel to all continents in the world. I mean, of course, that's going to bring about going to cultures and societies that I do not speak the language, and that brings about a whole different way of how I would go about interact and operate in that type of environment when I don't even speak the language. That's where you gotta rely on hand gestures, eye communication, facial expressions, and applying rational sense in the moment with given external scans about. Okay, this next one is meeting another person. So this would be meet people that have been to the deepest depths of Earth. I forget how far the deepest level somebody's gone, but it has yet to be the actual deepest point on Earth, I want to say. I mean, I'm sure they've sent like robotics and stuff, but I could be also wrong. But I know there's not many people that have gone drastically deep, but I think it would just be cool to have that absorbed experience, being in somebody's presence, talking about that experience for sure, of a place so few people have gone, and thoughts that go into it, what they how they felt about it and all of that. Definitely something I would add to that I would take away for becoming more and more enlightened. And when I say enlightened, it goes back to all these different perspectives. And that's one reason why I'm doing volunteer in hospice. It just builds upon perspective and leading back to feeling grateful and appreciative of the life I have versus other people and their current time in life. Okay, this one now is a first family one. So this would be go to a Clemens, which is my last name, Clemens family reunion. And these take place in the Midwest, generally in North Dakota or South Dakota. And I don't think I've actually gone to one. I might have gone to one when I was really, really young, but it wasn't at the point where I was fully